How have you been since our last visit?
Oh, you know,
I went to a wine
that.
festival.
Climbed a tree,
I got
swung
drunk.
a
I got into a
bat,
fist
ate a
fight.
cat.
I guess you'd call
this
it a
and that.
Merlot melee.
That's good. I'm going to put some gel in your stomach. I'll warm it first. What kind of rub do you want?
Sans for terror, please.
Okay. There are your ovaries. The Cassian tube, the Guadalcanal, the Suez Canal. There you go. It's a boy. Oh, he's going to be a smart one.
Is he healthy?
Yes, he looks like he's going to be 8 pounds, 22 ounces.
Do you mean 9 pounds and 6 ounces?
Who's the professional here?
It's math.
I don't need your mansplaining.
I just...
Shh. Use your in utero voice.
I am just...
Believe me, you do not want to give birth to a 9-pound baby using natural childbirth.
Wait.
Shh. In utero.
What?
So, he's 8 pounds, 22 ounces. Got it?
Wait, did you say natural? I'm out of here.
Okay. He said 9 pounds, 6 ounces? Let's do this.
Cut me, Mickey.
There's no obstruction, you see what we're saying. There's no obstruction, there's no nothing.
Get out of here, you're scaring the baby.
Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
Here's vagina! I love that. Doctor says I'm almost due. I'm due any day now. They say it takes 9 months to make a baby. 9 months. I mean, are these 31.1 day months? Are these like 31 day months? Are these 30 day months? Are these like 29 and a half day months? Are these 29 day months? Are these, 28 day months or 27.31 day months? I really don't know how long those months are. And it's possible that that length of time was like any of those other months. It was just like a random period, like one of the ones my mom missed when she found out about me. Yeah, surprise is the new black. You know, they should just say 280 days. Because see, everybody knows how long a day is. Everybody knows a day is, say it with me, 23.93 hours. Everybody knows that. But a month, man, they didn't say how long the month was. I mean, it makes a difference. The difference between 9 31.1 day months and 9 27.31 day months is 34.21 days. That's an extra 34.21 days that my brain could be developing. And that could be the difference between a Neil deGrasse Tyson and a Michael Tyson. That could be the difference between Eric Holder and an Eric Trump. Yeah. Those 34 days are important when you're developing a brain. See, and even when my 9 months is up, I'm not sure I want to come out there. I mean, oh, let's put it this way. See, out there, Donald Trump is president. But in here, I'm a king. Let me show you something. Okay. Right now, my mom is craving a peanut butter, capers, and steak sandwich. Whoa. Yeah. And better yet, my dad has to make it for her. Yeah. See, I control my mom, she controls her vagina, and her vagina controls my dad. Yeah, that's the associative property of pussy. See, so why would I give this up? Why? Let me show you something. I'm a screensaver. I mean, why would I give this up? I mean, this is awesome. See, look, in here, I'm a god. Out here, I'm a godless savage. But in here, I have prospects. Out here, I'm a suspect. In here, I have solutions. But out here, I have problems. 99 of them. One of them is a shithole president. Thank you. I'll be getting a letter in the mail pretty soon. Yeah. But see, I like it in here. I like it here, especially in here. See, out there, you're probably just seeing another beautiful black face. But the truth is, I'm actually 27% European and 54% West African, or shithole Republic of Africa, depending on who. And the beauty of that is that I have like everything inside of me. I have like all kinds of potential. But it's kind of fucked up because I come from a tribe. Part of me comes from a tribe, the Bantu tribe. And Bantu literally means people. So most of me, 54% of me comes from a tribe that means people. But I was bought like furniture, shipped like cargo, and treated like an animal by the 27% of me. Yeah, that's 100% fucked up. And in Texas, they have textbooks that they don't even call it slavery. They call it the Atlantic Triangular Trade, ATT. ATT. Can you free me now? Fucking user agreements. I swear. Now, I'm 17% Nigerian. Okay, 17%. But that doesn't matter, because there are people who think that all those slaves should have been like thankful for the job opportunities. You know, yeah, there are some of those people that still, a lot, and most of them live in Texas and use those textbooks. But it's like, thanks for the slavery. You gave us a free trip, packed on a cargo ship. You beat us down into the ground until our souls are stripped. We thank you so much. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I'm 17% Nigerian and 2% Native American. 2%, that's from the Skim tribe, known for their milky complexion and their low fat content. I don't care, I still like that joke. But just for the record, I'm going to call myself part Bantu and part Indian because personally I've had enough of the N-words. But, yes. I'm sorry, where are my manners? Would y'all like to come in? I can have company. I can have company. See, but it's not really that lonely in here. The room service is excellent. See, room service, yeah, room service. It doesn't get that lonely. I mean, my dad pops in every once in a while, say hi, you know. Peekaboo. 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 Got your nose. that Frederick Douglass is dead and Colin Kaepernick is alive, and his football career, but I know about the Black Lives Matter and driving while black and voting while black and that black Russian cloud hanging over the White House. I know about Jeff Sessions and the neo-Nazis and the alt-right and Kavanaugh privilege. I know about hashtag Me Too and Time's Up and this is the age of consent. See, I can hear all that. I hear that going on all the time and it makes me wonder, do I really want to come out there? I mean, in here, even the conservatives think I'm a whole person with rights. But as soon as I'm born, I'm 3/5 of a person with Miranda rights. And I could be going from fetal to fatal in 18 years and never leave my hands off of 10 and 2. Oh. And can somebody please explain to me, how do we go from a president who figuratively played 3-dimensional chess to a president who not only can he not play 2-dimensional chess, he's 2-dimensional for checkers. And don't even get me started about 2020. Oh my God. 2020. You know, in 2 years, I'm gonna be 2 years old. Yeah. How terrible am I gonna be? I mean, just how terrible am I going to be? They've already said it's terrible twos. It's like I don't even have a choice. Am I going to be so bad that my mom's going to wish she swallowed? Am I going to be so bad that my dad is just going to punch himself in the balls every time he sees me? Oh, there's my son. Am I going to be so bad that my parents are going to have to go into therapy so they can remember why they loved me back when I had that new baby smell? You smell that? No, that's not me. That's dinner. Oh man, I love this stuff. I can never get enough of it. I've been like eating it for like 9 months. I can eat it for like 9 more. This is really good stuff. You should try it. It's really good. But I don't have enough for everybody. There's only room for one. So, I'm gonna go back inside. But thank you for coming in and stick around, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. See, out there, it's just kind of scary. I'm just terrified that after I take my first shit, the world is going to shit right back on me. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to be prepared for that kind of thing. I have no idea. I mean, am I going to be smart like my mom? Or am I just going to be big like my dad? Okay. So I'm going to be smart. Oh, really smart. Damn 27%. But here's the deal. I have no idea what's going on out there. I just know the world is crazy. It's just a crazy world out there, and I'm not sure I can handle it. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Will you be my village? Wow. Will you be my village? Yeah! Come on now. It's a crazy world out there. I mean, things are just really screwed up. And I'm telling you, it's up to you guys to fix it, because I can't do it from in here. You guys got to fix it, and I'm not coming out until you do it. I'm not coming out. I'm telling you right now, I'm staying in here. So I really appreciate you listening, and it feels good to having vented and getting this off my chest and everything, but I'm not coming out. No. I want to thank you for listening, and thank you for hanging out. And by hanging out, I don't mean that in a Louis C.K., Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer kind of hanging out. I mean hanging out like you asked to see it hanging out, you know? But you wanted to see him hanging out. Consensual hanging out. That's what I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And by coming, I don't mean coming R. Kelly, Roy Moore kind of coming. I mean, like you're glad you came. Like you all came together and you're happy that you came. Fuck me. Okay, by fuck me, I don't mean that in the Kevin Spacey, Bill Cosby double talk. I mean it more in a, well, give yourself a hand. Yeah, give yourself a hand. Okay, and by hand, I don't mean, or that, no, just, I mean, you're here, and thank you, but I'm not coming out. Stop pushing. I'm not ready. Stop it. Oh, crap. Well, what's that? Oh. I'm sorry, I gotta find a sponge. I know she lost one in here about a month ago. Just give me a minute. That's probably how she got pregnant. This is the sponge she was using. You know, they say, oh well, here we go. Yes, thank you. I'm GD Fenderson, and I've had a pretty rough life. For a white guy. But for a black guy, it's been pretty good. My car is paid off. I have a wonderful wife. I have my own LLC. And for those of you who aren't familiar with business jargon, LLC means little on cash. I have RA credit. Now, you can never leave the room, really, can you? I have RA credit. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with RA credit, it's between fair and good, okay? Now, if you're like a young white guy and you have RA credit, I'm gonna tell you now, you can't even get into a Trump university. But if you're a black guy and you have RA credit, you get a BET Lifetime Achievement Award. My people think that's funny. But I have, no problems. I don't have 99 problems. I have one. I've been recently diagnosed with early onset no fucks left to give. Now, that was brought on by a letter that I received from Liberty Mutual disdain for their customers' insurance company. Yeah. 6 years ago, I was in an accident, and it was a work-related accident. But they just sent me a letter, and that letter said, "We are going to settle your claim, and you have 300 months to live." I know. Where did they get that figure, 300 months? Why didn't they just say 25 years? Right? They should just say 25 years. Because everybody knows how long a year is, right? Yeah. Everybody knows a year is, say it with me, 365.242 days. Everybody knows that. It's common knowledge. But 300 months? Are these 331.1 day months? Or 331 day months? Here's the point. The point is, no matter how long those months are, I don't know when they started.
Yeah.
Okay? And what if they're not even using that measure of month? What if they're using a unit of month like Subway has a 12-inch sub, a foot-long sub that's not a foot long? Yeah, Subway has a foot-long sub and it's not a foot long. But it's okay because they went to court and they won their case. Yeah. Welcome to the new America where there's no such thing as facts anymore, and an alternative facts are an alternative to facts. Okay? This is the new America where it's not important what's real, what's important is what you believe and what you feel. And I believe this is what happened. I believe the CEO of Subway was a man. I believe the jury were all men. I believe the judge was a man. So ladies, if a man says to you he has a foot long, you have to believe him. Legally. It's a legal precedent. But if it doesn't feel like a foot long, I wouldn't give him $5. Now, also, I don't know when those 300 months started. I have no idea. I don't know if it started when I filed my claim, so now I have 224 months left to live. I don't know if it started when they mailed out the letter, so now I have 284 months to live. Or did it start when I opened the letter, which means I should have waited. Maybe I should have just waited until I needed it. Like maybe I'm in an accident, a really bad accident, something really, or maybe I was like eating at a Starbucks or a Waffle House or something. And when the police arrive, they find my body, and the ambulance come, and they're laying out there, and body parts everywhere, and the ambulance driver goes, oh, he's not gonna make it. And the police would say, yeah, that was some restricted neck break. And I would go, read this. Wow, look here. Says he's got 300 months to live. You're gonna be just fine. Now, these 31.1 day months, 30 day months. So, regardless of how much time I have left, I want to grow old or die trying. Yeah. See, but here's the thing. I was recently at my doctor's, and my doctor said to me, you know, you're overweight, your cholesterol's too high. You have to cut out fatty foods and sugar and give up all the fun stuff. Because you are eating yourself to an early grave. Apparently he didn't get the letter from Liberty Mutual State for their client's insurance company. Because if he had that letter, he'd have said, fuck, eat what you want for the next 25 years. But see, my doctor doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. What he doesn't understand is that this is saving my life and my marriage. Yeah, see, this is what you don't know. See, those of you who've been in a relationship a while will understand exactly what I'm talking about. See, that very thing that you loved about them in the beginning, that's why you're going to want to kill them later on. See, but my wife can't kill me. See, at this size, she can't get rid of the body by herself. As long as I got my letter and my fat, I'm safe. But if I come home and my wife has like a new best friend, a new skinny little friend, then I'm going to worry. See, because I know that the deal will be for the two of them to kill me and get rid of the body. And then my wife can kill her little skinny friend by herself. And when the police say to her, Mrs. Fenderson, you have no idea where your husband is? She can look him right in the eye and go, he's probably with that skinny little bitch. And see, the fact that my wife even wants to kill me just shows us how much we've grown as a couple. Yeah. See, when we first got together, she said to me, promise me that you won't die first, because I don't think I can live without you. Aww. Yeah, sweet. Naive, but sweet. But the beauty is, right now, she's willing to try to live without me. See, I look at the bright side. She has grown so much as a person that she's willing to kill me because she can live without me now. Yes, that's progress. I feel good about that. But I made the promise. I made that promise to my wife. So if the doctor says to me, Mr. Fenderson, you have 6 months to live, my wife has 5.5. Sorry, I'm just keeping a promise, that's all. I didn't want to have that promise. Now, a few Wednesdays ago, my wife and I were watching television, and the movie that was on was, I can't remember the name of the movie, but the gentleman was lying in bed reading, and the wife comes in naked, and she lays across the bed, and she pretends she's dead, and the husband gets aroused, and they start really having good sex, at least for TV sex, really good AMC with commercials. And my wife says to me, I can do that if you like. I'm like, trash. I said, no. What makes you think I want you to play dead like that on a weeknight? It was a Wednesday. It was Wednesday for Pete's sake. I gotta get him to go to work the next day. And besides, where was this cooperation 15 years ago when I was still young enough and limber enough to do the things I wanted to do in bed? All of a sudden she's gonna say, anything you want to do in bed I'm fine with? It's like, yeah, now? Now there are consequences. I can pull something out, pulling something out. And besides, if I do what I really want to do in bed, oh, she's gonna be pissed. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, she's gonna be pissed. Because we're gonna have to clean up the whole bedroom. We're gonna have it sanitized. Because, I'm gonna tell you now, the sheets are gonna be stained, the headboard's gonna be stained, the wall's gonna be stained. That's right. Because when I eat spaghetti in bed, all of them fucking ways. See, but I really want to grow old with her. I do. I don't want to have to break it in another wife. I don't want to have to figure out what she means by that. You know? Right now, if I say that I'm going to be performing in North Carolina next week, and my wife says, follow your gut. A new wife, I have to figure out if she means my belly fat or my instincts. Her, I know what she means. She means both. She knows this ain't going anywhere. Believe me, it's not going anywhere. This is, like I said, it's my life preserver. See, I want to grow old with her because we have, okay, well, it's obvious, we're a mixed couple. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, I'm a morning person, and she needs coffee to be human. I like to reuse things She prefers new things. Okay? I don't mind eating leftovers. She prefers fresh food. See? So after a while, she would get tired of her things, and wants to replace them. So we're good. I understand that. I don't have to worry about breaking in a new wife. She doesn't have to worry about breaking in a new husband. We're good together like that. Like we like the same TV shows. Most of the same TV shows. Like we both like Big Bang Theory. We both like How to Get Away with Murder. Yeah. Which is, she really likes that one. A little too much. And we both like that show with that Negro woman on AMC. What's it called? Oh, Preacher. It has Ruth Negga and Dominic Cooper. Those two really good actors. Yeah, Ruth Negga and Dominic Cooper. I love that show. We both like that. So we have so much in common that another couple would just take years for us to catch up on that. So I'd like to grow old with her. We'll grow old together. But the other thing about growing old is I have a choice about what kind of an old man I want to be. See, I know what kind of old man I am, and it's going to depend on how I respond to the memories I have. See, and I have to decide which memories I want to keep. And see, I was born in like 1959, so you can do the math. If you can't, I'm 38. But even at 38 years old, I can feel some memories slipping away. And I don't know which memories I want to keep and which memories I want to forget. And can I drink enough liquor to forget those memories without damaging my liver?
That is, you can.
Some of the memories are like slipping away. Now some of it's because I've had 11 concussions. I had 3 playing football, 3 playing basketball, 3 in car accidents. I've had 3 I can't remember all the concussions I had. But the point is, I have some memories I want to keep. Okay? Like, when I was in my 20s, I used to date this biker chick. Okay? I used to date this biker chick, and I didn't ride. I had the bitch seat. She rode a Harley. And the thing I liked about her, she gave the best hand jobs. Yeah. Now, I get on the bike, and she'll say, "Hold on tight." There you go. Not like that. Oh. No, the way I showed you. There we go. Yeah. Lavender. So. But what made her hand job so good? You're thinking, oh, she rode a bike. Yeah, that's not it. That's only part of it. The real good part was what she did with her leg. She was doing this. It was the best hand ever. I love it. Now, I kind of would like to forget the fact that my mother would not let me play sports as a child because she was afraid I would suffer a head-to-head injury in the shower. Yeah, I know. Like I could get into Penn State. Yeah, I want to remember circumcised. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people say, well, why would you wait till you were 30 to get circumcised? And it's not what you're thinking. It's not like my wife was bored with the old dick and she's like, I want a new dick. No. See, one of the side effects of getting older is that your skin begins to lose elasticity. Yeah. And so it does not stretch like it used to. And some of you have gotten ahead of me. Yeah. And in case you're wondering what it feels like, it's like Hulk gets angry, Hulk tears his clothes, Hulk cries a little because he liked those clothes. You would love me when I'm angry. Now the hardest part, no pun intended, was that I had to show my penis to 3 different doctors. Yeah, 3 different doctors. Now, he's like this. That's what they saw, because they're male doctors. Okay? This question just for the guys. Have you ever had a problem getting an erection in front of a guy you just met? Okay, yeah, 3 different doctors. They all said, well, we need to see it erect so that we can assess your problem and come up with a solution. Now, if these were women doctors, wouldn't have been a problem. Because women doctors still smell like women, like lavender and a summer's eve. Well, men doctors smell like Axe body spray and Wu-Tang Clan. Now, they're saying, well, how big does your erection get that it rips your skin? Okay, let's make something clear. I am not hung like a horse, and the only thing my penis has in common with a horse is that they're both measured in hands. But to be honest, I can't remember those doctors' names. So I'm going to call them Dr. Feelgood, Dr. Roundtree, and Dr. Who did. They all had their own specialties. Dr. Feelgood, he specialized in the head. Dr. Roundtree, the shaft. And Dr. Who is just tickled my balls. I don't know why he was there when Betty came. Now, and by coming, I mean, by came, I mean, no. So, I have to give a little pep talk, you know, who's a good little boy, who's a good boy? You're a good boy, you're a good boy, yeah, that's a good, he's a good boy, thank you, he's a good boy. We can get it, okay. So, I remember that, like it was just 8 years ago. And I want to hold on to that memory in case it comes in handy for something. Like I need to teach my child something, you know, like kind of like Ricky Raccoon, one of those life stories, life-changing stories, where my son goes, hey, Dad, you know, it burns when I pee. It's like, oh yeah, wait till it rips. Talk to you then. I want to remember game night with my family when I was younger. That was important. We'd be sitting around the table playing Monopoly, and one time I saw my dad, and he was palming hotels and sliding them off to the side, and I'd go, and he'd go, shh. I'm like, all right, we're bonding. And all I have to do is let him cheat. Who's he hurting? So one night I come home, waiting to play Monopoly. It's game night. No game. I walk into the dining room, I see my sister, and she's just staring at the ceiling. And as I get closer to my sister, I can hear my parents upstairs fussing and fighting. And I'm like, Cookie, what's going on? And I was really scared, so I took her hand. I said, what's going on? Why are they fighting? And my sister says, Mom caught Dad cheating. And I said, I know, it was the hotels. You know, that left a really, really big impression on me. And because of that, I have never, ever cheated on my wife in Monopoly. Would hate to make her mad. I mean, it's kind of okay because she doesn't have like a skinny little friend. But if she had a skinny little friend, I would really hate to make her mad. And I want to remember the old days I used to play in the band. Years ago, I used to play in the band, and when the band broke up, I decided to go solo. And I can tell by your reaction that you were all familiar with my great musical solo career in the 80s. Sure, thank you for remembering. So I was at Elizabethtown College performing, and I was singing and dancing and playing guitar, you know, black guy stuff, whatever black guy does. And when I was done performing, this guy from North Carolina, producer, says to me, I like you. Would you like to tour with us? And I said, let me think about it. I have to check with my fiance. So the North Carolina guy walks off, and these other guys come up and they say, did Kenneth ask you to tour with us? I said, yeah. He says, just so you know, Kenneth is going to pressure you for sex a little later. So, since you've never heard of my musical career, you can assume that I did not have sex with Kenneth. Or if I did, I was really bad at it. But give me the benefit of the doubt, and let's just say I didn't have sex with Kenneth, okay? And the thing is, I want to earn what I do. I want to get it on my own. And I don't want to find out I'm terrible at something while I'm on stage. I don't want to be on stage playing guitar and singing and dancing, and then some guy goes, oh my God, you're awful! Whose dick did you suck to get this job? Kenneth. See, at least here, if somebody says, your jokes suck! Whose dick did you suck to get this job? I can say, my own. Joke on, my man. Joke on. That's some good shit you're doing. Now, one of the things I want to remember, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure all of you remember. All of you remember when your parents taught you about oral sex? No. Come on. No. Okay. I'm telling you right now, they taught you about oral sex, and I'm gonna remind you. It probably happened at the dinner table, because that's where all good conversations take place. Okay? The parent, a child, and a child. Are you going to play with that meat all night, or are you going to put it in your mouth? What do you mean you don't like it? How do you know you don't like it unless you try it? Put it in your mouth. Don't do that. That's a choking hazard. Swallow. Swallow. Don't spit that out. That's a good source of protein. Oh my God. What's that in your mouth? Looks like mayonnaise. Why you laughing at your sister? Eat it. It's supposed to be wet. You don't want to eat that dry. I don't care what you think it smells like. You hold your nose and you eat it. What does Wu-Tang Clan smell like? I'm gonna tell you something. What's that in your mouth? It looks like mayonnaise. You know, let me tell you something. The reason why your mom and I have been together for so long is that no matter what she puts in front of my face, I eat it with a smile. That was your parents teaching you about oral sex. I hope you've been cleaning your plates. Now, I was orphaned at the right young age of 55. And, well, finally orphaned. That's 35 Canadian. Okay. First, my mother killed my father when I was 8. Okay. They said it was cancer. But we knew. Mom, how did Dad die of cancer when he didn't smoke? How am I supposed to know? I'm not a surgeon general. But see, after I got older and stopped being afraid of my mother, I figured it out. My mom and my dad would be in bed, and my mom would be sitting on the edge of the bed. To kill him like that. That's determination. And that's why I never questioned my mother when she told me about my stepfather's suicide. Oh yeah. But after my mom died and I was left an orphan at 55, it left this huge hole in my heart. And the kind of hole that I did what anybody would do. I went to the internet to get it filled. And you'd be surprised how many people want to be your new mommy and daddy. And all they need is your credit card information. But the thing is, I'm not sure I can trust. I don't know who to trust. I don't know who I can trust. My parents raised me to want to do the right thing, and I was the youngest of 4 kids, or as my parents called me, their second accident. My mother had 3 C-sections and 1 Section 8. I think that's what they're called. But anyone who's the youngest, they could tell you, shit and ass whoopings roll downhill. Yeah. One time, my sister was beating my ass so bad, okay, she had me on the ground in front of my friends and the girl who lived across the street who I had a crush on. And my sister was beating my ass. And to make it worse, she gave my brother a quarter and he ran in the house and got her makeup. And so she's trying to put her makeup on my face. And I'm going, and through my gritted teeth I said, I swear to God, one day I'm going to kill you. Fast forward 15 years, my sister's in a hospital in a coma, on life support. And it's not looking real good. As a matter of fact, what did the doctor say? Dr. Cosby? There's nothing more we can do for her. As a matter of fact, the only reason why she's still breathing is because we have her on life support. And my mother said, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I can't kill my baby. Mom, no parent should do what you've been asked to do. I'll pull the plug. Okay, it's not what you're thinking. It's the right thing. I told you, my parents raised me to do the right thing. You heard the doctor. Dr. Crosby tell him?
There's nothing else we can do for her. The only reason why she's still breathing is because she's on life support.
Thank you, Dr. Crosby.
You're welcome.
Don't touch my sister.
Sorry, I see a passed out woman tonight.
All right, that's it. See, here's the thing about Cosby being in jail. And this is where I feel bad. Not for him. But you know he has like 18 kids in that prison with him? Yeah.
Hey, Bill! Why we gotta be locked up with you?
Yeah, but Bill, I didn't but touch about her. You been did with that, bro. Why but I gotta be in here but with you, bro? That's why I feel bad. Those kids should have a future. Not one of them.
He's got a lie in it. So, yeah. Was it lay? Lie. Lay.
I can't, okay. Well, here's the deal. I told my mom I would take care of it, and I did. So, I pulled the plug. Why is she still breathing?
Looks like a miracle.
Oh, man. Oh, she's gonna kick my ass. Oh, she's gonna be so pissed. Oh, man, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. I feel like I'm 9 years old again. How to make up? Oh. She lived for 20 more years. And Thanksgiving was real rough. A cookie. Tell us why you're thankful. I'm thankful that my little brother can't do anything right. Okay, I did the right thing. Okay, I want you to understand. I love my sister. I love my sister. I was gonna say to death, but okay. I loved her a lot. As a matter of fact, I was willing to take a bullet for my sister. When I was in my 20s, I was with my mom, and I was in the kitchen, and the phone rings. Hello? And she says, it's my sister. And she goes, you have to come over here. You have to help me. Art has a gun. He's going to kill me. All right, Cookie. I'll be there in 4 minutes and 19 seconds. Okay. I was a little anal. And don't let me shoot you. I was also a little prick. So I said to my mother, hang that up in case somebody calls. I said to my mother, Mom, and I told her what's going on. And she says, and what are you going to do? It's like, I don't know, Mom, but Art's got a gun. I got to do something. He's going to shoot my sister. So what are you going to do? Well, Mom, I'm sure if he wanted to kill her, she'd already be dead. He's got a gun. Maybe he's just waiting for witnesses. Well, Mom, I have to do something. I have to try. And so I'm going. And besides, you told me that I was the smartest person you've ever known and that I could do anything. About that. Go. And save my daughter. Okay. So I get there, 4 minutes, 19 seconds, like I said. I accounted for the time it took to explain to my mother what was going on. They only lived around the corner. I get to my sister's apartment, and I go in, the door's open, and I see them. My sister, and then there's Art on the other side, and he has a rifle. Okay, my sister said gun. All right? She said gun. He's holding a rifle, and it kind of changes things, but I'm there, and I can't look like a little punk bitch and walk away. So I said, okay, I'm really mad at my sister. She lied to me. She lied. So I get between them, and I said, Art, no, I don't want anybody to get hurt. Right? He says, I'm not putting down my gun. I was like, am I the only one that sees a rifle here? Has everybody been drinking in this house? It's not a fucking gun, it's a rifle. So I said, look, I don't see anybody get hurt. I just need you to put your rifle down and we can talk this out. So Art trusted me and he put his rifle down. Do y'all know Deacon Jones? Anyone remember who Deacon Jones was in the 70s? Yeah. Played for the LA Rams?
Yeah.
When Art put down his rifle, my sister did a swim move and hit me in the air like Deacon Jones. Now, if you don't know who Deacon Jones was, back in the 70s, he had this move that he did. He would slap offensive linemen in the head, in the ear hole, so hard that their mothers could feel it all the way back here. That move was illegal. Eventually, they made it illegal. They stopped football players from doing it. That's how bad it was. That they stopped them from the 70s from hitting people like that, and we still didn't have seatbelts in our cars. That's how dangerous that move was. And that's what my sister did to me. She did a swim move, and she hit me in the air, and I'm like this, and she reaches for Art, and she dives, and I yell. I said, Art, ah, pick up your gun! Shoot her! Shoot her! I learned 3 things that day. I learned that I would take a bullet for my sister. I learned that I would take that bullet and shoot her with it. And I learned it's quicker to say gun than rifle. But I knew then that I could not trust her because she didn't give me all of the details. See, that's the thing about people. People lie for like all the wrong reasons. People lie, for power. People lie for money. They lie for, I can't think of it, not sex. Okay, men lie for sex. Women lie to get men. Or is that lay? Is that lie? Lay? I'm not sure which verb goes there, but that's why I like animals. See, animals, they lie to survive. When an animal tells a lie, except for the ones that have been around us and they've learned to lie, other than that, in the wild, animals lie to survive. Okay? Give you an example. We have 1.5 cats. Well, our lease says we can't have 2.
Oh, okay.
So, technically, that other cat is a half cat. Okay. It's only the outsides. The insides are missing. So, the inner half is missing. And I defy anyone to open up that cat and tell us that it's there. Okay? So, we have 1.5 cats. And they were outside. And the one cat chased a chipmunk out of its hole. So the half cat ran and got the chipmunk and brought it back and set it down. Now, the chipmunk is trapped between 1.5 cats. He has 3 choices. He could fight, or he could run, fight, or he could hide in plain sight. He could play possum. Did you know chipmunks play possum? Yeah, chipmunks play possum. Or, I don't know if they were doing it first, and possum just took the credit for it. And maybe they're just playing chipmunk. So I don't know in the evolutionary scale which came first, the chipmunk or the possum. Or even if one came first, that doesn't mean they thought of playing dead first. The other one could have said, "Oh, that one's in trouble. If I was you, play dead! You play dead!" So that's what the chipmunk did. He played dead. And it confused the cats so much that it got up and it ran away. Well, half cat was not stupid. Half cat went and got that chipmunk and brought it back. And now that chipmunk is back. And he's playing dead again. Cats aren't having it. And they're like, we've seen this shit before. So the chipmunk does something that I've never seen before. Okay? He starts doing this. I'm crazy fucking chipmunk. Crazy, crazy chipmunk. Leave me alone. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I'm crazy chipmunk. I might bite your face. I might bite my face. I'm crazy. That confused the cats so much that they looked at each other and the chipmunk ran off. That's some good ass lying. See, in nature, when animals lie to survive, like there's this butterfly, it's called the owl-faced butterfly. And what it does is when it's in danger, it opens its wings and it looks like an owl so that the birds won't eat it. It looks like an owl. There's a caterpillar. It's called a sphinx head caterpillar. And when it gets threatened, it sucks up air into its head and it swells up and it looks like a snake. And the birds leave it alone. And there's a snake called the Gopher Snake. And when it's threatened, it shakes its tail like this over top of dead leaves, and it sounds like a rattle. So they think it's a rattlesnake and they leave it alone. See, those kind of lies I respect. See, if I come home and I catch my wife in bed with another man, I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, we never meant for this to happen. Oh, it was an accident. Oh, he just slipped and fell in. I don't want to hear that. I want creative line. I want the guy to just play possum. Just like, doesn't. Or maybe he'll man up and stand up, hold his breath. Okay? And I'll stand off with him and I'll go like, all right, fine. And then my wife will go, don't fuck with me. I'm a crazy wife. Crazy fucking wife. I will bite your face off. I'll bite my face off. Fuck with me. But the line shouldn't stop there. It should go, excuse me, Congressman Harris? Yeah, Andy Harris. You said that rich people are more moral than poor people. Would you like to elaborate on that? Who? Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Yes. You said that Donald Trump didn't know anything about Stormy Daniels, but we heard the tape of him like making a deal to pay her off. Where'd she go? Mr. President. Yes, you said you'd have a tax cut, a middle-class tax cut by this election. Congress is not in session.
Right.
I'm a crazy fucking president. Crazy president. Don't fuck with me. I'm crazy. I'm really crazy. You might catch my crazy. The country might catch my crazy. I'm so crazy. I might bite your face. I might bite my face. Oh, I'm a crazy fucking president. See, and that's why I like animals. Now, I lied for sex once-ish. Okay. Back when I was in my 20s, I went through this like dry spell, and I asked a female friend of mine. I said, I don't get it. What's wrong? And she says to me, you're smart, you're funny, you have a great personality. Any woman would be lucky to have you. So Cheryl, would you like to go out with me? Any woman, any other woman would be happy to have you. So back then, a lot of single guys were wearing wedding bands. Okay, so I asked them, I said, why are you wearing a wedding band? And they said, here's the deal. 2 reasons. First reason is that women love what they can't have. So you wear this ring, they think you're taken, and they want you. And the second thing is, gold, will hide the smell of desperation. You didn't know that. But if a desperate man is not wearing a ring, women go like, fuck him, he's desperate. Put the ring on and you can't smell that. He's like, doesn't smell desperate to me. So, I bought a ring. No, this is a real one. This is not a prop. This is an investment in the future. Somebody may have to change my diapers. She has gentle hands. So I get a wedding band. And like within 2 weeks, I had more dates than I could possibly know what to do with. I mean, it was incredible. And eventually there's one woman that I was really starting to like a lot. So I told her the truth. I said, I'm not married. Oh man, she was pissed. She said, you lied to me. She said, you are immoral, low character, lying son of a bitch. What women today would call presidential. And I was mad. She was mad because she thought I was married. I was mad because I thought she was sane. See, she was fine when she thought I was married, and she didn't care how much it hurt my imaginary wife, Jane Kennedy Fenderson. She didn't care how much it hurt my imaginary kids, GD Jr. and Jorge. She didn't care that Jane would take my imaginary 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, that Jane could take my Maserati, and my dog Wrangler could lose my dog. All because Jane found out that I was cheating. She thought, so I did not lie to her. I did not tell her I was married. I just didn't correct her. See, I'm a man. I'm not presidential. No, but I know when I get older, I don't want to live too long. I don't want to be so old that people just wish I was dead or that they assume I'm dead. I don't want to be like Harrison Ford, who's like in the 70s and still like flying airplanes into things that aren't airports. Because he still thinks Chewbacca is his co-pilot and Star Wars was real. I want to be like Yoda. See, Yoda died and everybody missed him. He died a young 700-year-old Jedi. And everybody missed him. There were grown men in the theaters crying because Yoda died. And if I have to go, I want to go like Yoda. See, if Yoda had lived too long, he'd have become an old, drunken, retired Jedi. Going from cantina to cantina, starting fights. It had gotten so bad that his wife would have taken his lightsaber and given him a flashlight with no batteries. And he'd just be out walking in cantinas. Trouble you're looking for. Trouble you have found, I say. And when he got really drunk, he would like start quoting movies. Say hello to my little friend, I say. Hello. I am Inigo Montoya. Who my father you did. The Brexit diamond. Yeah, Miss Yoda? Yeah, he's at it again. Yeah. Yeah, could you come get your husband? Yeah, I wish it was a flashlight. Now I'm expecting my customers with a Wookiee dildo. Oh, the force is strong with this one. See? And I also want to leave a legacy. I don't want to get old and people won't have anything to remember me by. I mean, I want to have some kind of social contribution. I don't want people to say, well, he was almost famous. He was only 8 degrees from Kevin Bacon. I want them to, think about this. Snoop Dogg is coaching Pop Warner football. Yeah. I mean, hey kids, run a blunt. Your blunt. Receivers, I want you to run a doobie. Hold this, the ref is coming. See, I want to have some kind of social contribution, and I also don't want people taking my shit. I don't want people taking my driver's license because they're afraid of where I'm going to drive. I don't want them taking my Viagra because they're afraid of who I'm going to drive. And I don't want them taking my Speedos because they're afraid of who I'm going to drive away. But I do know that as an old guy, I'm going to need a catchphrase. See, old people have catchphrases. See, they don't have wisdom because kids don't listen to it anymore. They want something they can remember, something snappy, like, and every old person has it, Believe me, build a wall. Every old guy has something that they just fall back on and just repeats over and over again until it doesn't have to make sense. They just repeat it and you just plug in the sense there. See, like my mom used to say, do as I say, not as I do. I'm your mother. And my father used to say, ask your mother. Now, Uncle Ralph wasn't really our uncle. He wasn't the kind of uncle that you get when your father dies and the guy that's hanging around with your mom, they call you uncle until they get married, then he becomes your stepfather, and then he commits suicide. He wasn't that kind of uncle. He was the kind of uncle you have all these families that are really close, and they're so close that they watch each other's kids, and so Uncle Ralph was that kind of uncle. He was like a herd uncle, that we had a herd, and he was one of those kind of uncles, So his catchphrase was square business. It's like, Uncle Ralph, how you doing today? He goes, hey, square business. Hey, Uncle Ralph, yeah, nice car. Yeah, square business. See, and Uncle Dito, another herd uncle, his thing was, shit. Hey, Uncle Dito, how you doing, man? Shit. So, I need a catchphrase, something I could say to my kids or my grandkids, their grandbabies, some kind of phrase. I think it should be something like, come here, boy, come here. See, I think that's going to be my old man voice. I'm still working on it because I'm not old yet, and I'm trying a few voices out to see how I'm going to sound to the grandkids. It's like, come here, boy, come here. I'm going to tell you something. No matter how complicated something is, everything, no matter how big, is made up of little parts. If you master the little parts, you master the whole. See, that works in life and in sex. Yeah, boy, let me tell you something. Everything has a learning curve. And sometimes it's a shallow curve, and sometimes it's a deep curve. But if you ride that curve, you don't give up. You can finish it. You can win. Now, sometimes it's a learning circle. See, and as for those people, they just keep going over and over, and they don't learn shit. They got a learning circle. You, my boy, have a learning curve. That's what I want to offer my kids or grandkids. I want to be able to say, what? I'm sorry. What do you want, boy? Let me find out. Hey, did you talk to your son about oral sex? Oh, okay. He'll have that talk with you later. But I'll tell you what. Are you a screw up or a fuck up? No, there is a difference. Let me tell you something. When teenagers. I lost a condom. Yeah, it happens. And a few weeks later, found out I screwed up. You fixed it. Now with your dad, we didn't find out in time. That's a fuck up. We had to keep him. So boy, what you need to know, if you're a screw up or a fuck up, ask your mother. Square business. See, and I don't know, if I'm going to be like one of those sexy old men, like, hey girl, what you doing out there? How about doing it with me? Yeah, I know, hey, I got you. There's snow on the roof, but there's like a fire in the furnace, and I got a foot-long log. I got $5 to prove it. Well, my used to be a crazy old man, like Carl from Sling Blade, Hey, Penny. Hey, Penny. What's for dinner, Penny? And it smells like Old Spice and Wu-Tang Clan. Now, I'm gonna tell you now, I don't know why I'm calling Carol Penny. Honestly, I don't know if it's because she has left me after that whole spaghetti in bed thing. I don't know if that's just who I think she is now, or if I just call her the last thing I see, like I'm in the closet and I'm looking at pasta. And Penny! Penny! Linguine! Linguine! Macaroni! God damn it, woman, I know you hear me! Shit.
Yeah.
Thank you all for GD Fenderson. I'd like to thank you, and we'd start off by saying, in the name of George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and Robin Williams, can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck
okay. Yeah. All right. I've known him since 1998. GD and I met in 1998. The thing is, when I knew him as Glenn. Everybody knew him as Glenn. But GD was the way he signed his name on documents. That was his signature, GD Fenderson. And, but everybody else has called him Glenn. So he was Glenn in the streets and GD in the sheets. I pretty much owe everything I am to Glenn. Almost everything I am, I got from Glenn. He got me my PhD, my DDS, my double AMCO, and he's a great guy. He made me what I am today. Now, one of the things that people do not know about Glenn is that we used to do a radio show back in '98, which is when we met. And the show was called Philosopher's Club. And our motto was, go deep or go home. And that was the same model that we used when we were wide receiver coaches. And also when we belonged to the Swingers Club. Now, as I said, Glenn and I were very close friends. So when he passed, Carol reached out to me to memorialize him. And it was my pleasure to do so. I have been consoling her every night. It was a consensual consoling. The way he wanted. She wanted. I'm not sure who wants it, but she gets it. Now, you're probably thinking, well, of course, you work extra hard to console your friend's wife. I mean, who wouldn't help their friend's wife? I mean, you'd help your friend's wife, wouldn't you? You would. I know damn well you would. And so I'm just consoling her like any good reverend should. And you're saying, well, would you console me the same way? You're damn right. I console men and I console women alike. It's just that women are easier to console. Because see, for me to console you, you have to allow me inside you. And men seem to think, well, it makes them weak and vulnerable. And that's bullshit. But women are open to be consoled. They're open and more deep, more wet, and tight. Real tight. Sometimes so tight, you have to look down to see which hole you're consoling. Can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck
yeah. All right. I'm not making this up. It's in the Bible somewhere. It's in my Bible anyway. Which I left back there. Now, one of his favorites, well, as you probably know, Glenn used to be a reverend a while ago. But his favorite verse of the Bible was in the book of Cunnilingus. And I think it goes, my God, my God, my God. Almost there. Up, up, down, slower, slower. Amen. In the Philosopher's Club, where I'm always go deep or go home, we had a plaque on the wall by the Greek philosopher Fellatio. And it said, that meant something to us. We were good friends, and whenever we were down, we would look at that Fellatio and feel good. There was something about Fellatio in the afternoon just makes a man feel better about himself. And I owe that to him. He taught me that. Now, I have a good friend of his. I think he's a good friend. Mr. Anthony Wright, did you want to say a few words? Yes. You may need the microphone or the microphone. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be really brief. Just want to talk about my good friend, GD Fenderson. Not going to hold you up. GD was a fantastic guy. And I know somewhere he's looking up at me and smiling. You know what? I don't know who I need to talk to deal with this trauma because, you know, if GD did, I don't know how I'm going to get my money for this whole thing. Maybe the Reverend will help me figure out how I can cash at this and figure this out. But those are two things I just want to say about GD, and I will turn it back into the hands of Mr. Reverend, the Reverend.
Hi. I'm Glenn's mother. He was not an easy delivery, especially bringing him home, knowing that the kids wanted a puppy instead. So, we compromised. We let them, pet him, take him for walks. He got to be a fat little baby on little snacks. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you're a good boy. You know, he always thought that he knew everything. And I let him think that because I'm his mother. Well, I just want to say he was a good son. He was a good son. No, he wasn't. Motherfucker drove me crazy. Oh my God, they drive me crazy. You know, one time I came home and he was trying to fly because he believed everything he read was literal. Literal. I came home and he was at the bottom of the steps holding his Peter Pan book and sand because he was hoping that would work for miracle dust so he could fly. He just wasn't right. He just wasn't right in the head. We thought he was a genius. We did. Then we had him tested. He had rabies. I'm going to turn the microphone over to his grandmother, my mother-in-law, Estelle Fenderson. No, he was a good kid. He used to call me Mama Bear, and I used to call him Baby Bear. And I remember when he was 22 years old, he brought this young lady to my apartment for me to meet. He goes, Mama Bear, and I want to marry this girl. And I said, baby, let me tell you something. She's a cute girl. She's very pretty. She was a model, but she's white. So I told him, I said, baby, you can date anybody you want, but when you get married, you got to marry your own kind, okay? And he looked at me and he said, Mama Bear, I don't like men. That's all. You probably have heard from me. I want you to know that I apologize to all of you who have sent me money and have not received anything in return. It is not my fault, it is a lost in translation. You see, in my country, there are 520 languages, and I do not know all of them. So I do not know where the money is. I apologize. I was not trying to scam you. As a matter of fact, in my language, which I'm not even sure what it is, because we have 520 of them, we do not have a word for conning someone. We do not have a word for a man who lies to people to get their money as if they were cash cows. Well, we did not until a year ago. Now we just call that residential. I'm his brother. I used to call him Hercules. I am the reason why he has this comedy thing going. Literally, when he was 5 years old, I used to share a room with him. Not my idea, I didn't even like the little fucker. But I used to tell him, make me laugh, or I'm gonna punch you in the face. After he learned to tell a good joke. And take a good punch. Motherfucker was funny.
and personal. You could take a good bunch. But you know, it makes me sad to see him like this. He was always so full of life. And it bothers me to see him in an urn, a pile of ashes, knowing that I'll never be able to dance on his grave. Well, I always wanted to be an only child. Uncle Glenn was a lot of things and weird. He was smart and weird. He was funny and weird. He was talented and weird. One time we were in a culturally diverse neighborhood in DC, and a man walks up to us and he says, "Hablo Espanol." Uncle Glenn, he looked at me, and then looked at the man. And he looked at me again, and he looked at the man, and he goes, "See? See? See what happens when you don't pay attention in French class? I can't understand a word this man is saying." He was a good uncle. I was visiting him when I was a child, and we were playing in the yard, and I realized he was a nice guy. So I told him, I said, "Uncle Glenn, you're nice. You're a really nice man." And he said, "Not everybody thinks so." And so I had to tell him, "You mean like the rest of the family?" And he laughed. He was the best person in the world. I just want to say that I'm really going to miss my Uncle Glenn. I love him, and I wish the whole world were just like him. Weird. Thank you for hanging out. And by hanging out, I don't mean that like Louis C.K. Matt Lauer. I mean consensual hanging out. Thank you very much.
Nothing venture, nothing gained. I'm making sense of this place, building character by pain. It's growing all around us in the sunshine and the rain. Growing on you after a while, building character by pain. It's life under the big top, and time again. We all want a little pleasure. We all need a little pain. Inside we're all the same. Through the bloodshed and the tears, we're building character by pain. Our little concrete jungle could use a lot of change, and maybe we can do it, building character by pain. It's life under the big top, and time again. We all want a little pleasure. We all need a little pain. top. And time again.
Time again.
We all want a little pleasure. We all need a little pain. Under the big top. Time again.
Time again.
Little pleasure.